This is Mike Baca with UCN Live. I'm here with Virgil Hunter, trainer of Amir Khan, who fights Canelo Alvarez May 7th on HBO pay-per-view. Virgil, break down the fight real quick. What are Canelo's weaknesses?
You know what? I haven't really dwelled on his weaknesses. I tend to dwell on what Amir needs to do
Okay.
because a weakness in one fight could be a strength in another. Styles make fights, and all fighters have weaknesses and flaws. That's a given. So I think if I'm going to dwell on something, it'd be better to dwell on what Amir can do,
Okay.
and then be able to call the fight as the fight starts from the first round on and progresses. But if you just had to say a weakness, you can only pick one fight where he seemed to have problems with speed in that particular fight. But
Would you say that's
that
the
also could,
Lara or Mayweather fight?
well, both of them.
Okay.
I mean, but at the same time, he learns how to cope with it, So it might be something that he's worked on and overcome and, put himself in a better position to be able to handle that.
Now, Amir has said he feels strongly that he may be better at this weight, jumping up from welterweight up to 155 for this fight. The power might be there. We'll see on May 7th. But do you think his chin will be there? Because we've seen him hurt at 140 pounds. What's your opinion on his chin? Do you think he's going to be ready for this?
Amir takes a pretty damn good punch.
Okay.
And if you really knew boxing, you would understand that, like I said earlier, the Prescott fight, he shouldn't even been in there at that stage of his career. The Garcia fight was lost already at the first press conference because Garcia's dad got under his skin and he made the fight personal. So he made all the elements were there. But let's face it, he got up from the first Prescott punch. And if he'd have been programmed right, if he'd have had an intelligent corner, all somebody had to do was run around there and tell him to take a knee before Prescott came back in. And if necessary, take another knee, because you have a kid who can win several rounds in a row with his boxing ability. The same thing in the Garcia fight. He got hit with a left hook and he got up. And he actually started hitting on Garcia again. He did his job. He made it back to the corner. I would have told him personally the next round, don't throw a punch. Don't even fight. Don't ever fight in a round you get knocked down in. You already lost the round.
Okay.
So why are you fighting, right? So, but let's go to the Madonna fight, who stepped in and hit him with a hellacious right hand. He didn't buckle or anything. Why? Because he saw the punch. So nobody can tell me he has a weak chin, but I always challenge people to really think for themselves the elements that surround something, because people tend to just link in on somebody else's opinion. Now, people would say Pacquiao got a strong punch, a chin, right? But when he went down, he stayed down, right? Matter of fact, he didn't get up. So what do you say about that? They say Carl Froch has a good chin, but he's been dropped a lot of times, you see. So it was fundamental mistakes that he made after he got hurt. Every fighter gets hurt. But how does one survive and the other one doesn't, right? So it was some fundamental mistakes made. He did his job. He made it back on Garcia. Should have never even been with Prescott at that stage of his career. You don't put young prospects in with punchers that early in their career. So since he's gone up in 47, he's fought some guys who have respectable punching records, and he hasn't been hurt one time.
Okay, my last question for you. Any names in mind for who you're going to bring in and spar for Khan in this training camp?
I already have 2 sparring partners in. I'm not going to disclose who they are, but try to get the right sparring for the situation, and then versatile fighters, because no one can actually really duplicate someone else. You can get an idea. I think the drills are more important in duplication than the actual sparring partner. So, but I think the guys that I have, really be an addition to him adapting to what he needs to do.
Quick prediction for the fight.
Victory for Amir Khan.
All right. Well, for Virgil Hunter, this is Mike Baca. This is UCN Live.